Hello, you guys. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon, you guys. Hello, my good YouTube family. How are you guys? I missed you guys. Hey. Hi, you guys. In today's video, we're going to talk about I was wrong about Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels. I was wrong. Okay, I apologize. I had made previous videos, you guys, and not about Kevin Samuels. I was just kind of talking to the MGTOW community, the red pill community, the incels, the manosphere. And when I was reading my comments, oftentimes these men would leave comments stating that I need to pull up Kevin Samuels. I need to watch Kevin Samuels. Or they'll quote Kevin Samuels. And I just really didn't know much about this man. I knew that he was like giving relationship advice. I knew that he had died back in, I think, the middle of 2020. No, 2022. He became super popular, like I believe like in around 2020. I guess when people were stuck inside the house and didn't have anything to do. So they were calling Kevin Samuels on these Zoom calls and things like this. And so I knew like the basis of Kevin Samuels, like what he did, relationship advice, image consultant. I knew that he was all about, fighting for the man, right? And so that's not my thing. So like I always tell you ladies, stop listening to people that are not supporting or backing your cause. Why are you guys? I saw so many ladies, because I took the men's advice in my comment section, who were saying, you need to look up Kevin Samuels. Or I see a lot of these people out here, these men, and they'll quote a Kevin Samuels quote. And so I was just thinking to myself, like, okay, I don't know anything about Kevin Samuels, and I don't want to know. I know the gist of it, that he's all about the man and the man's issue. I'm not. I mean, yes, I'm for everybody. I'm for everybody just getting along, you guys. I give my advice to both men and women because I truly want you guys to mate and date and have fun and get married if you want to, and don't get married if you don't want to. So I had never really paid attention to Kevin Samuels, but a lot of these guys were saying, Tracy, you don't know our pain. And a lot of people kept mentioning KS, and I was like, what is this? And then somebody was like, it's Kevin Samuels. And then I see a lot of these young guys, and they make videos, just not young, but just guys, period. Because Kevin Samuels, I think when he died, was like around 53. So this was an older guy. And so I hear a lot of like older guys too quoting Kevin Samuels. So I was like, let me pull this dude up. Oh my God. So you guys, I did my research. I'm not saying that I know everything about Kevin Samuels because I just don't care that much. But I did enough research and watched enough of his live streams giving out relationship advice to be able to comfortably speak about Kevin Samuels and what I think about Kevin Samuels. So let me tell you guys this. I have to put on my blinker because this lady gonna think that she can get in front of me because she doesn't think I'm coming to Starbucks. Man, Starbucks is packed today, you guys. Okay, so let's talk about this good Kevin Samuels and what I was wrong about with Kevin Samuels. Okay, I thought Kevin Samuels, and again, because so many people from the red pill, thank you, so many people from the red pill and the MGTOW and the incels and the manosphere were saying that I need to watch Kevin Samuels, that I actually thought that Kevin Samuels was like one of these people, like men going their own way, like, they done with women type thing. And so I watched a lot of content, you guys, Okay, so here's what I was wrong about Kevin Samuels. One, you guys, Kevin Samuels is funny as hell. He is a straight up comedian. I don't think he was striving to be a comedian though. He was serious as hell. But when I watched Kevin Samuels, I was like, this dude is a for real clown. He is funny as hell, you guys. And so I didn't mind, putting in the hours and watching some of his content just simply because I was like, he is funny. But I can see where a lot of women, if you take this dude serious, which he was being serious, he was not trying to be a comedian. I just found him to be very, very funny. So the content was very enjoyable. That's the number one thing I want to say that I was wrong about Kevin Samuels. His content was entertaining as hell. I did not know this man was this comical. Two, I can appreciate a person like a Kevin Samuels because he was a very candid, direct, shoot it to you straight type of dude, you guys. Ladies, if you're just like, oh, I hate Kevin Samuels, take a look at some of his videos. He would shoot it straight. You know who he reminded me a lot of after I watched about a couple of videos? I immediately was like, this dude reminds me of Simon Cowell. You guys know the guy from, I believe he's a British guy from American Idol. I used to love Simon Cowell. People would come in there, all I want for Christmas. And Simon Cowell would go in. He would be like, get out of here. No, go. No. I mean, his different clips would be so freaking entertaining. I used to love to see Simon Cowell go off on people. One second. I haven't had the pink drink in a while. I figured out a way to make pink drink.
Hi, thank you for choosing our Starbucks. How can I get started for you?
Hi, can I get a venti iced Americano with 3 Splenda and half and half?
That was a venti iced Americano. And how many Splenda did you want in there?
3?
3 Splenda and half and half?
Yes, please.
Okay, anything else for you?
That's all. Thank you.
Did you say that's everything?
Yes, that's everything.
5:15, I'll see you up here.
Okay, thank you so much. Simon Cowell would go in. And I literally had got to the point, I don't even like to see good singers coming in. That's how much I used to love to watch Simon Cowell. When people would come in there and they actually knew how to sing, I didn't even want to watch it. Because I'm like, he's going to just say they're great. But when they would come in there and they did not know how to sing, and the different things that Simon Cowell would say to these people would have my side hurting. I then got a hold of all these clips of just Simon Cowell just going off on people, not knowing how to sing and coming in there wasting his time. This is how immediately I was like, why does Kevin Samuels remind me of Simon Cowell? But only when it comes to relationships and relationship advice. So to all the people who recommended that I watch Kevin Samuels to get a better understanding of what men are going through, I appreciate you saying that. I did watch it. I watched quite a bit of the content. I won't be watching anymore. That's just not my flavor. I don't really like to just constantly watch people bash people. And let me tell you the other thing that I really didn't like either after a while. I was just like, why are these women calling into this man's show? Especially the type of women that you knew he was going to dog out. And that's why I was saying to you guys, I think these women had just gotten to a point where we were going through and people were stuck at home in quarantine and they were just bored. And so I do believe he offered that sense of entertainment for a lot of people. But after a while of just like watching certain women call in, especially like a woman, what does he say? I forget. You guys have to let me know in the comment section. But Kevin Samuels believes that a woman over a certain age is like trash. Like she's useless. Yes. 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 He feels like a woman, and I want to say that age is like over 30. It might be 25. Yes. So I was not understanding why women over 25 or 30, knowing that he would dog them out, I was like, why are you guys calling into this man's show? You know he's not for you. He's for the man. But why are you guys still calling into this man's show? No, and I was hearing women, okay, Kevin. And the first thing he would say is, how old are you? As soon as the woman would call. And they all knew that over a certain age, he is going to wipe the floor with you. So it became kind of, I don't know, exhausting and sad listening and watching these women call into his show. And they would be like, I'm 46, I'm 40, I'm 39. And I'm like, you guys know he is going to dog you out just simply because he sees you as a washed up, useless woman. You know you don't feel that way about yourself, ladies. So why were you guys calling into Kevin Samuels' show? I have no idea. I'm just going to assume because you guys just wanted to be entertained. And then he would rate these ladies. He would say, what do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 and you can't use 7? And almost always the ladies would rate themselves something over 7 and he would dog them out. Dog them out. And so as a result, he would always say, you average at best. I'm almost sure that's one of his like main known phrases. You are average at best. You ladies were calling into this man's show to be told this. I'm not sure what's going on with you ladies. I really don't. But I was wrong about Kevin Samuels because I didn't think he was that funny. He is funny as hell. 2, I was wrong about him because I didn't know how direct and candid and honest he was. 3, you guys, Kevin Samuels says a lot of the same things that I advise you guys on. So I agree with a lot, not everything. Especially not that piece where he talks about you washed up and old if you over a certain age. You guys know I don't believe in that. Women like myself over 35, excuse me? We doing it out here. But ladies, if you want to listen to Kevin Samuels' advice and you're over the age of 35, again, you guys, I might have this age wrong where he feels like you are washed up. It is definitely over 35, but it may be over 25 where he feels like you're useless, you're old, you're washed up. If you're a lady over 30, 35 like myself, 1, why would you be calling in listening to a Kevin Samuels? 2, and this dude was super popular. And he had a ton of women calling in. I was like, why? Why are you guys calling this man to get dogged out? Okay. Ladies over 35, you can get something from what Kevin Samuels talked about. You really can. But this is how you have to look at it. If you're a woman over 35, you can appreciate and respect a lot of things that he says, but you got to do 2 things. One second, guys. Where's my wallet? Hi, how are you? I remember you from your tattoos. I always love those tattoos on your arm.
You make me feel like a celebrity.
Really? Every time I see your arm, I'm like, I see something new. Like just now, I'm like, I didn't never see the one part that says no feet.
Oh yeah, it's the ghost from Beetlejuice.
Ah! I used to love that movie, Beetlejuice.
I'm so excited. The second one comes out the day after my birthday. You know I'm gonna go see it.
There's a second Beetlejuice coming out.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
pretty excited.
serious? I used to love that movie. I did not know that. What?
Added extras. It's cute.
Oh, that is going to be so fun. So when is your birthday?
9/5. So it's gonna be at 9/6.
What? Can you give me one so I can give you a tip? Oh, so I can give you a tip.
Some ones for you.
Hey, thank you. Okay, keep the change and let me give you some ones.
Thank you, dear.
Thank
I appreciate you.
Thank you. I'll see you next one, okay? She's so sweet. She's so cute. I told Gary, I said, you need to come up here and get a part-time job up in Starbucks. All the baddies. I told Gary. I told my son, I said, all the baddies work up at Starbucks. And then Gary was like, no, Mama, I don't want to work there. I said, why not, Gary? And he was like, no, because I think that people might think that I am, Gary said that he thinks that people might just assume just because he's working up at Starbucks that he may be not into women, that he is homosexual. There's nothing wrong with being homosexual, but I guess he was like, he doesn't want people to see him that way. So, you know, he's like, I like girls, and I don't know, maybe his generation, that's what they assume. I don't know. They just assume a guy who works up at Starbucks is gay. But that's not even true. At first I was thinking about all these Starbucks that I go to around town, and some of them I have some young men that I know that they are gay, but that's not true that all of those men, because I know a lot of guys who work up at Starbucks, and no, they're not. I actually know some older men that work up at my Starbucks over on Stephanie, and they are like older men who just wanted to just start working just because it was like they were retired and they wanted to get out the house, and they love coffee, so they start working up at Starbucks. Older white men, and they are clearly not gay. So I don't know what Gary's talking about. But anyway, I was like, okay. I was like, no problem. You're missing out on all the baddies. So any young men out there who listening to T-Bird and you need a job, get you a job up here at Starbucks. Every time I come, I don't put the camera on these people because I try not to do that. But every time you guys hear me talking to these young ladies at the window at Starbucks, you see how friendly and nice they are. And they are straight up baddies. I just put you guys on game. So all the young men out there listening to me, don't tell me Auntie Tracy don't put you on game. Go get a job at Starbucks. All the baddies work at Starbucks. And just like these men in my class, they some of these guys are just like in the gym working out, but they see that all the baddies, like myself, are up in there in the dance class. So guess what? Some of these men got smart and was like, oh, it's all baddies up in here. They're dancing, they're working out, they look good, bodies are great. A couple of men got the memo and got real smart, and they are completely heterosexual men. I know because I see them flirting with the girls. And they started dancing in these dance classes with us. I'm like, pure genius. But anyway, I think that you ladies can gain something from the Samuel. I keep want to call this man Samuel Jackson. His name is Kevin Samuels. Look him up, ladies. If you want to be entertained, if you're going to take it too serious and you're going to get all mad because you feel like he disrespecting women and all this, and you super, super sensitive, do not pull up Kevin Samuels. You will get your feelings hurt. But if you're like myself, where you're not really fazed by stuff like that, and you can see the comedy of it all, pull him up. But ladies, even if you're over a certain age, you can gain something from Kevin Samuels' advice. You just have to look at it differently. So one, you have to look at it as if you were in Kevin Samuel's shoes. Kevin Samuels believed that an older man, from all the advice that I listened to, you guys, I heard it come out of his mouth where he's basically saying, what would a guy his age, somebody in their 50s, I believe he was like 50, 53 when he died, but somebody in his age bracket, he was saying, why would a man his age date or marry a woman his same age, or even a woman in her 40s? He was saying that the black woman, he specifically was talking about black women. He said the black woman is nothing that these men want. And he said what men want is a woman who is fit, you know, nice body, not overweight. They keep using the word cooperative, aka submissive, flirty and fun to be around. And they definitely say that they don't like a boss chick. Soon as these ladies would call and they would say that they were over 35, they have a job that could be very demanding. Like, for example, this one lady, her profession was, she was a registered nurse. He was like, absolutely not. He was like, absolutely not. He's like, talking about the men, he said, you're 46, you're a registered nurse, and you're not cooperative, aka submissive. He said, and with that type of job, because she asked him, she said, what's wrong with being a registered nurse? He said, a registered nurse, that is a very demanding job, which means that you're going to be gone all the time because you got to be out there servicing and working your job. He said, men don't want that woman. I have heard plenty of older men, ladies, listen to me. If you're over 35, listen to me on this one. I have heard plenty of men say they don't care anything about you being no boss chick, or they say boss B. They don't care anything about your graduate degree, your master's degree, and your PhD. They don't care. They want you home. They want you catering to them, being there to fulfill their needs. I'm not sure why you ladies are not listening to this. This is the part that I say that I was wrong about Kevin Samuels, that I didn't know that a lot of the things that he was telling women, I say to you guys. He just says it in a different way. For example, por ejemplo, when he tells these ladies, men of a certain age, men don't want an older lady, because he says that older lady is going to be too set in her ways. We're talking about a lady over 35. Definitely a lady in her 40s and 50s. He was like, pooh. He was basically saying a lady over 35. Definitely a lady in her 40s and 50s and above. Kevin Samuel's advice to you basically was like, lady, go get yourself a cat or a dog. Now, I don't agree with him on any of that. That's why I said I don't agree with everything he says, but some things I do, and I'm gonna tell you guys some of the things that I do agree on. Kevin Samuels was basically making people, women over 35, feel like they should get whatever scraps there are out there. He was telling these women, you average, so you should expect to get an average dude. He also was telling these women, you're average, you should get an average dude with an average income, average looks, and it's okay if that average dude is a cheater. Because, lady, look at you. You over 35. You're washed up. You don't deserve anything better than that. Talk about harsh and abrasive. And these ladies were calling this dude for advice. And when they would call, they would oftentimes say, I've been listening to you for a while, Kevin. And I'm like, if you've been listening to him for a while, lady, why are you calling him, asking him for advice, and you over 35? You know what he's going to tell you. You're washed up, and you should accept any man that gives you any attention. That's what his advice to you is. Ladies, you can gain some of the things that Kevin Samuels spoke of. You just got to look at it as a different way. For instance, when he speaks about an older man should always date somebody younger, don't waste your time with a woman over 35, a woman in her 40s and 50s, because she's washed up. Ladies, just flip it. And then you get to the advice that I'm always telling you guys. If you are an older, mature lady, what do I always advise you guys? Date a younger man. Don't even think about dating a man your age or older. It's not going to work. Definitely not if you're one of these women who you don't want to be submissive. You a boss chick. You got a very demanding or a career that you love, that you're not about to quit. Date a younger man. I always say this. This is what I'm always telling you, ladies. Only a younger man, once you've gotten to a certain age, can really appreciate what all you have accomplished and achieved. But you ladies in your 30s, over 35, 40s, and 50s, still looking for this man in his 50s and 40s. He don't want you. See. Unless that man met you when you guys both were in your 20s, and you guys grew older together, and now you're both in your 40s, you're both in your 50s. Yes, he wants you because he met you when you were in your 20s. But today, you guys, these men are making it plain and clear. They don't like the boss bee. This is why I get so kind of, I get a little disappointed and discouraged with some of you ladies. I'm talking to the ladies over 35. Why do you guys call in and email and send in requests and paying money for these relationship coaches? Why are you guys doing that? They're saying the same thing as Kevin Samuels. They're telling you what the man wants. They telling you what that caliber of man that you looking for. These men are very direct. Kevin Samuels was very candid. He was very direct when he would say, and as I told you guys at the start of the video, I have had many men come in my comment section saying, listen to Kevin Samuels. This is what we want. This is what our issues are. So I guess Kevin Samuels was the spokesperson for them. They're saying they want a woman who is submissive. They're saying cooperative. It's AKA for submissive. They want a woman who is not a boss chick. They want you at home cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids. I didn't say this. This is what they said. This is why they're running out of the country. They clearly say because they are looking for a submissive woman. I didn't say this, you guys. They're saying it. Why aren't you listening to them? Kevin Samuels completely encouraged and supported men, older men, to date younger women. And the reason why is because he would say, an older lady, a more mature lady, is going to be too set in her ways. She's probably going to have this career that she is not going to want to give up for you. She's not going to submit to you. And she's not going to change. So he literally encouraged these men. Get them while they're young. Get a girl while she young so that because you can mold her. I'm not making this up. Listen to them, you guys. They say get the girl while she's young, where she don't have a lot of intelligence or experience when it comes to these relationships. And this older man should get this young girl while she's young, and he can mold her to be what he wants her to be. So, lady, if you are over 35, you are a boss chick. You're not about to submit to this man. And more importantly, I saw a lot of ladies calling in, and they were completely like overweight. Or they would call in and they would have their bonnet on their head. And I was like, why are you guys, or do you guys just like glutton for punishment? Like, what were you ladies doing? You guys knew that this man was going to rip you to shreds. I don't know if these ladies, like I said, I don't know if they were just calling into this show to just be entertained, but they looked like I was being entertained by this. But the ladies nor Kevin Samuels looked like they were trying to be entertaining. These ladies looked like they were really calling this man for advice. Knowing that they did not want to be submissive, knowing that they did not want to give up their careers, knowing that they were over 35, and knowing that they were not fit. And they would call in and would be on video. And they would let this man rip them to shreds. I was like, why? Why? And then you guys make this man super, super popular. But you got little old me, Tracy Unplugged, shooting it to you guys straight. Telling you guys, if you are an independent lady, a boss chick, make your own money, doing your own thing, nice looking, fit. I agree, you should be fit. You should go to the gym. You should be exercising. Get yourself a young man. Get yourself a younger man. Stop playing around with these men in their 50s and 40s. One, more than not, if that man is in his 40s and 50s and he's single, oh, he really thinks he's the prize. Ladies, listen to T when I tell you this. These men think they are the prize. Ladies, you gotta date down, meaning age. You gotta date down in age. If you a lady in your 40s, I'm gonna say date a man in his late 20s. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is the other bit of advice that I want to give you ladies, that I have told you ladies over and over and over again. Now this goes for both my young, super young ladies, and this goes for any ladies over 35 like myself. Take the marriage piece off the table. Because oftentimes what I was hearing when these ladies would call in with Kevin Samuels, he would say, what's your age? What's your occupation? Do you want to get married? Ladies, these men are using it against you when you say you want to get married. Because you know what? In 2024, I want to get married is code for to these men. You're desperate. I said it. Stop saying it, ladies. Again, I know this is unorthodox, non-traditional advice that I'm giving you ladies, but I need you ladies to wake up. Times have changed. You guys got to play this game differently. Every man that I have ever been married to can tell you. I never led with, I want to get married. I want to get married. Do you want to get married? Because I want to get married. Ladies, it screams desperation. And not only that, what you just told that man is that he can play with you. I said it. You just told that man he can play with you. He can play with your feelings. He can play with your emotions. You ladies need to go out here with a poker face. Stop putting all your cards on the table. But more importantly, why do you want to get married? Oh my God. I feel like my genre is about to turn into, don't get married. The reason why I say that, you guys, is because times have changed. And you guys are not changing with the times. If you are indeed this boss chick, independent, making your own money, got a German Shepherd or go to the Pow Pow range, especially if you've already been married or you have kids already, so you don't need the man or marriage to be producing kids. Why? I don't understand what is going on with you ladies. I really don't. What is the rush? As I have mentioned so many times, ladies, my older ladies, they know this, but the younger ladies, listen to Auntie. Marriage doesn't guarantee that this man won't cheat on you. As a matter of fact, there was a segment that I listened to on Kevin Samuel's show where he was saying, which position would you rather be in? Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott, was that his wife? Or Will Smith and Jada Pinkett? And I caught the tail end of it, so I'm not sure what the benefits of the Will Smith that he was trying to say. Maybe it's that a Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, they have this open, like we openly know that we have relationships with other people outside the marriage. I think that's where he was going with that. Or do you want to be in a Martin Luther King situation where he clearly was a cheater, but it wasn't like openly known? I think, yeah, I'm almost sure that's where he was going with that comparison. And he had ladies call in saying, which one would you rather be in? Either way, the man is not monogamous, though. And so Kevin Samuels was saying that, wow, all the older women, they want the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett scenario. And all the younger women were saying they would prefer the Martin Luther King scenario. I guess in Martin Luther King's scenario, his wife probably knew he was a cheater, but it was like respectable cheating, if you will. It wasn't known to everybody that he was a cheater at the time. I think it was only later on that people start digging into the history and, you know, expose the fact that Martin Luther King, you guys, just in case you guys didn't know, that Martin Luther King apparently was like a womanizer, used to have, and definitely was cheating on his wife, right? But at the time, it just was like kind of hush-hush. You didn't talk about it. Whereas the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett situation, this was actually a really good comparison that he did. This is a really good question. And the Will Smith and the Jada Pinkett situation, we all know that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett have an open relationship. She can sleep with whoever she wants with, men, women, entanglements, you know what I mean? And Will Smith too, you guys, just in case you guys still don't know that. Will Smith does his own thing too, sleeping with men, women, whoever he wants to sleep with. And now that I'm thinking about it, that was a really good question, Kevin Samuels. And he's right, because I'm considered over 35. So in his camp, in his mind, he would say that I'm an older lady, more mature lady. And absolutely, if those were my only choices, the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett situation or the Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott situation, which one am I choosing? Kevin Samuels, you were right. I'm going with the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett all day, every day. Why? Because the woman gets to do her thing too. Whereas with the Coretta Scott and Martin Luther King, I haven't heard. You guys will have to let me know in the comment section below. I never heard about Coretta Scott tipping out and doing her thing or having her side dude. And you guys know I have always been one to say, if you cheat, I cheat. Oh yeah, that has always been my motto. Always, always, always. And you guys also know that the reason why I would go with a Will Smith and Jada Pinkett situation, because the relationship that I was in the longest was with the father of my child, whom I never married, but had the most fun with. And we had an open relationship. It wasn't open like a Jada and Will Smith, but it was an open of we play. But our rule, everybody has their own rules, you guys. You don't have to do it like Jada and Will. But everybody has their own rules. In that relationship with the father of my child, our rule was we play, but we play together. And so the only reason that we broke up, and we did that thing for years, and it was fun. But the only reason we actually broke up is because he went against the rules. And he played with somebody without me. I was like, dang! No. But anyway, that was the only reason we broke up. But I enjoyed that relationship. So Kevin Samuels is right. But when I was in that relationship, I was in my 20s. A lot of these young girls who were calling into Kevin Samuels' show regarding which would you rather on these two situations, they're in their 20s, but they were saying they would rather do the Martin Luther King. You know what the other thing that I was getting from these ladies who was calling in the Kevin Samuels show? I was getting that they were trying to impress him. Like they didn't want Kevin Samuels to go off on them. Not all, because some of the women were calling in there ready to fight, ready to go in and argue. But there were some young ladies, it kind of felt like, I don't know if they have a name for these type of women. I think they call them pick-me's. I don't know. It did feel like some of these young ladies were calling in because they just kind of wanted Kevin to like them. So they would call in and he would say, how old are you? And she would say, I'm 22. And then he would say, oh, okay. And you could just see him just immediately kind of lighten up a little bit, and, you know, depending on her voice and her age. And so she said, I'm 22. And he would say, okay, which one would you rather? Will Smith and Jada Pinkett situation, or Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott situation? I think I would rather go with the Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott situation. I don't understand these ladies. Ladies, what is wrong with you? like to know that too. Maybe I'll do a survey. Which would you prefer? The Jada Smith and Will Smith scenario, where they basically have an open marriage, where they both parties in the marriage can do what the hell they want. Although I believe that Jada and Will have rules too. I think that's why the entanglement situation came about, because I think somebody went against some rules. Because even, let T-Bird tell you guys this, even in relationships where you have the agreement that it's open, it's always still some like parameters in there, right? It can't just be a free-for-all. It can't just be, especially somebody like a Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. These are celebrities. So you guys know they had some rules to their open marriage scenario. I don't know what the rules are. I'm just going to guess. I'm just going to take a wild guess with the Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith situation. I know this is because I'm just a think outside the box type of person. But I think that this is the reason why they've been married so long. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith is because they kind of look at each other like family. Not like you're my husband and you're my wife. Not like, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that. I think that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith look at each other like, this is my brother and sister. Like, they look at each other like family. And more importantly, like friends. Like, I think they are best friends. And most people just cannot get their minds around that. It's like, no, he can't be cheating. No, she can't be cheating. And it's like, guys, if your man gonna be cheating anyway, which is what Kevin Samuels was basically saying. He said Generation X women screwed it up because they started demanding that men don't cheat on them. And Kevin Samuels' words was, this is impossible. Men are going to cheat. This is just what they do. And so he was saying, so since we know that this is what they do, I'm not saying that I agree with that men just cheat, all men cheat. I don't agree with that at all. But in Kevin Samuels' words, is basically like his idea was, okay, so men are going to do what they're going to do and men are going to cheat. So since we know that men are going to cheat, which one would you rather? Martin Luther King situation or Will Smith situation? And although Will Smith has this open marriage relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith, even in that open marriage, you guys, there are rules. And sources telling me that possibly, I don't know this, you guys, I just know from just experience. And because I listened to what was happening with the whole entanglement situation, I'm going to step out on a limb and say that maybe one of their rules, Will Smith and Jada Smith's rules, simply because they are celebrities, maybe one of the rules could have been, as long as you're doing your thing in private. Because see, Will Smith and Jada Smith wants all of you guys to believe that they have this like picture perfect marriage. You know, not perfect, but like, because they even have this saying, you know, ride together, die together, bad marriage for life, something like that. So they know that you guys know that their marriage is not perfect, but I think possibly one of their rules in their open marriage arrangement may have been like, don't make it public, whoever you dipping and diving with. Like, don't be messy. Don't have all the paparazzi and all of you guys in their business. You got your little entanglement going on? Cool. But don't let it all come out in public and tarnish our marriage and our image. So I think that the entanglement, a lot of people were like, oh, Jada cheated. She's a whore. And she's a woman of the streets. And men were going in. not knowing that Jada and Will have had an open relationship / marriage for years. I absolutely believe, in my opinion, guys, that Will Smith knew all about that dude she was in the entanglement with. I think the rule that was broken is that the person she chose to have her entanglement with, his feelings got involved. That young man's feelings got involved. And, then it spilled all out here in the public streets. And I think that it becoming public and messy is what Will probably had an issue with. And I think the same with the Will Smith situation, with Will Smith and I forgot that man that he allegedly has, been sleeping with and having an affair with. And the friend, you guys remember this last year, the friend came out on a Tasha K show and was saying that he walked in on Will Smith and the man, why can't I think of that dude's name? Having sex. And the friend actually said, oh, that was so funny. And the friend said that Will Smith's friend, male friend, was murdering Will Smith. Stop, Tracy. I don't know why that is so freaking funny. Oh, that dude said that when he walked in on Will Smith and his man lover friend, he said that his man lover friend allegedly was murdering Will Smith. Had Will Smith bent over and was oh my God. See, this is the reason why I can't stop, you guys. I can't pause too long when I'm talking about these things, because I am a super visual person. You guys know that's how I manifest everything that I get, because I know how to visualize so good. I just visualize, and I'm so great at visualization that I actually see Will Smith and that man murdering Will Smith and had Will Smith bent over. Oh my God, allegedly. Oh my God. I don't care nothing about Will Smith being bisexual, gay, whatever he is. Who cares? Ugh. Oh, these people kill me. Anyway, so the young ladies who called into Kevin Samuels' show, which would you rather? Which I think, again, is a phenomenal question, Kevin Samuels. And any of the women who said they would rather be in the situation with Martin Luther King because he crept and he cheated on the low. It wasn't all out there for the public to know and see. And so these women were saying, the women who said they would rather this situation with Martin Luther King, I'm going to ask you why. That's why I said I think that a lot of these women were just saying that just to like impress Kevin Samuels. I really do. If your man is going to cheat, ladies, don't you want to have the right to cheat too? What? You telling me you'd rather be in a Coretta Scott situation? Where you know your man is tipping and creeping and having all kind of threesomes and doing all kind of things, and he just bring that dirty, because you guys know that Martin Luther King was not wearing no condoms. So you telling me that you would rather, ladies, be in a Martin Luther King situation and Coretta Scott situation, where because your man is so famous, you willing to stay there and endure that nonsense? But more importantly, you okay with him bringing that dirty, home to you. And now because you his wife, he has the right to put that dirty D inside of you, lady. I don't know what the... See, I'm trying to, Tracy, do not get hyped. I don't know what the heck is wrong with you ladies. I'm serious as hell. Again, this is why I say to you ladies, why do you want to get married? Ladies, you do know that once you are a man's wife and he goes out there and cheat on you, the side chick is in a better position than you, because at least the side chick knows she's a side chick. And so she knows that this dude is putting his little seed in everybody and his little dirty D in everybody. So she knows to say, if she got any kind of common sense, dude, put your condom on. Yeah, we're doing our thing. I like this. I enjoy it. Yup, your D is good. Yep. Put on your condom. Strap up. At least a side chick knows she's a side chick. The dude is putting his D in everything. She should be making and demanding that dude. If you want me to be your side chick, one, I don't want to have your baby. I'm not your main woman. But two, I don't want your dirty... Now, see, I know it. See, I know I cannot say that word. I ain't gonna. Oh, well. I said I was not gonna get hyped. I said I was not gonna get hyped. And I had slipped up and said that word. I apologize. I apologize, guys. But that one really gets me hyped. Ladies, why are you okay with being married to a dude? Do you ladies not understand what that means? You thinking that just because you're the main chick, just because you are the wifey, like it's a trophy. No. What that means is that 9 out of 10, you allow your husband to come and have sex with you unprotected. Who's winning here? It's definitely not the wife. Yeah, you may have the house. You guys, my allergies acting up. You may have the house. You may have all the luxury cars, but you also got to deal with this dude. When you married, you guys, you cannot tell your husband, no, you need to put a condom on. You guys, you can't tell him that. This is what you guys are saying you want. This is why I keep telling you guys, think long and hard before you say these words. I want to be married. For what reason, ma'am? You make your own money. You don't need a provider. See, this gets me hyped. You can protect yourself. Get an alarm system, a dog, or a pow-pow. If you just want a man for companionship, just get a man for companionship. You don't need to marry him. Ladies, please listen to Auntie. This man that you want to marry, he treats his wife totally different than how he treats his side chick. He will be married to you and don't even like you. But you got the ring. He will be married to you with 2 and 3 and 4 side chicks and will bring that dirty home to you and will put it right inside of you. Guess we're just going to go ahead and just speak it. Now that I done said the word. He will bring that dirty D home to you, lady. And because you're his wife, you can't tell him to put a condom on, nor do you even know that he got side chicks. So you don't even have the wherewithal to even ask him to put on a condom because you don't believe that he's cheating. But you want to be his wife. You want to be the side chick. You want to be the main chick. Ladies, they have different rules for the main chick. They have different rules for wifey. Wifey needs to be submissive. Side chick don't. Side chick can be as sassy as she wants to be, and he actually loves it. They call it feisty. Side chick can be like, no, you can't get none today unless you bring me $200. Guess what? He gonna go take her $200 and then come home and tell you, wifey, that he can't afford to buy you some new shoes. Because he done spent all his money over here with side chicks. But you want to be this man's wife. See, this gets me hyped. Being his wife, ladies, does not guarantee that this man will not cheat on you. It doesn't mean a darn thing, especially not today in 2024. All it means for you, lady, when you married to this man, is that now he gonna have all kind of stipulations and requirements for you. My wife gotta be at home cooking and cleaning. My wife should be catering to me. Oh, don't let him be the sole earner. Ooh, baby. Oh, he got some rules for you, ma'am. My wife is supposed to have sex with me. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now, you guys. I usually don't say sex, but now that I say the D word, it's over. My wife has to have sex with me every day. If that's what he wants, that's what he's gonna expect from you. Listen to T-Bird, ladies. You don't want to get married to these dudes. You do not want to get married to these dudes. Stop saying it. Or at the best, sit down and write down reasons why I want to get married. And if you say some craziness like being a provider, ask yourself, how much money do you make? And go and refer back to one of my other videos where I told you, and this is another thing that Kevin Samuels and I had in common. Kevin Samuels is like, the average dude makes $40,000. Lady, what are you talking about? I want to get married so he can be my provider. He can't be your provider making $43,000. Write down another reason. So we dealt with provider. No. I wanted him to be my protector. Lady, go get a dog, an alarm system, and a pow pow. Done. I want to have children. You don't need to be married to a man. You guys have proven it that you don't need to be married to these men to have all these kids. 4, I want a sexual companion. Again, you don't need to be married to him to have sexual companionship. And again, most of you guys don't even orgasm from his penis being inside. And most men don't know how to please a woman with her clitoris and clitoral stimulation. They don't even know anything about that. Ask them. Ask some of these men. Do you know how to stimulate my clitoris? What? And if they even know what that means, they don't even know where your clitoris is, ladies. I'm tired of being, I cannot, I'm like Kevin Samuels. Since you guys like this directness, let me just speak directly to you guys. These men don't even, stop. These men don't even know where your clitoris is, lady. These men don't know where your clitoris is, ladies. And yet most of you ladies, 70-80% of you ladies say that the only way that you can climax is through clitoris stimulation. So why are you guys talking about some sex? Why? You want a sexual companion. Get yourself a vibrator. I'm now starting to fault you ladies for the reason of why these men are walking around here talking about they are the prize. You guys have made these men think that they are the prize. Walking around here so desperate to be married. Soon as these ladies would call into Kevin Samuel's show talking about age, career, and do you want to get married? And they would always say, yes, I want to get married. I'm like, oh my God. Times have changed, ladies. Let T-Bird tell you this. These men out here with their $43,000 a year, average at best, like Kevin Samuels even said. Even y'all little king or idol who y'all look up to, men. I didn't say this. Kevin Samuels said that these black men, on average, are making 40,000. At least I gave you guys 3,000 more. Kevin Samuels' words were, the average black man is making $40,000 a year. So his advice was, why to these ladies was, why are you talking about you want these standards of he needs to be making six figures? Why, ladies? This is what he was advising these ladies, which I agree with. They don't make the average dude does not make six figures. So yes, he's right. You're going to be single. Why, ladies, do you have a standard that he needs to have a six-pack and a banging body? And then these ladies would call in and they clearly were not fit. And they were overweight. I agree with him on that too. Why are you wanting a man who's got a six-pack and a banging body and you don't? That just makes no sense. The other thing, you ladies have a standard of he needs to be 6 feet or taller. Why? And you 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", 5'5". Now I get it. If you're a lady who's 6 feet tall, yes, to have a man 6 feet tall or higher, that makes absolute sense. But over 90% of these women would call in and he would ask them their height and their dress size. And they would be like 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", 5'6", 5'7". What are you talking about, ma'am? That you have to have a man who's 6 feet or taller. Why? I agree with Kevin Samuels on that. And so his thing was that he would be telling the ladies is, lady, you are average at best. Ladies, flip this. Especially if you are what Kevin Samuels calls a washed up, too old lady who needs to go get herself a dog or a cat, meaning you're over 35. Flip it. These dudes are average at best. It's very likely that this same black dude is going to be making less money than you, black lady. Average at best. It's more likely that he's going to be less than 6 feet. Average at best. And it's more likely that you're going to find somebody who does not have a six-pack, a banging body, or gorgeous. He can't be on the cover of a beauty magazine, a GQ magazine. Average. So why are you ladies wanting to marry this average dude? Why are you guys in so much desperation and in competition with each other trying to marry some average earning dude? And if you're saying, Tracy, no, we don't want to marry the average dude. We want the guy who's 6 feet tall or higher, makes 6 figures or more, got a good eggplant, and a banging body. No, Tracy, we don't want to marry the average dude. We're holding out for these standards. And then that's what I would say, and I agree with Kevin Samuels. You're going to be single. The math is just not mathing, ladies. The math is just not mathing. And so therefore, all of these ladies are all competing and vying for this small 1%, less than 1% of dudes. That's why Kevin Samuel said, and I say too, you're going to be single. Yeah, you're going to be single. And there's nothing wrong with being single. But stop calling these relationship coaches talking about you want to be married. No, you don't. You guys, it is really not that complicated. If you want to be married, ask yourself in 2024, why? What are the benefits of being married for you, lady? Is it not okay for you to just have a companion? Is it not okay for you to just have someone in your life who you guys have fun together? You enjoy each other. The reason why you guys got these men out here thinking they are the prize is because you guys lead with, I want to be married. The minute you guys say that, the dude is like, oh, I got her. You don't have to listen to the Kevin Samuel shows. I did enough of the listening for you ladies. The minute you ladies say you want to get married, they hear desperation and they start feeling like they are the prize. And then that's when they start putting all those demands on you. What are you going to do to get me, lady? How old are you again? You over 35. Kevin Samuel says you're washed up. Kevin Samuel, this is who they're listening to. Kevin Samuel says that if you're over 35, you should just take whatever you can get, lady. When we know, ladies, that that's not true. I tell you ladies all the time, go to the gym. Not only to be fit, but ladies, the gym, listen to T-Bird. Ladies, the gym is like the new club. I am not kidding. The gym, you might as well say gym, aka club. And it's especially like a club for me because I dance. But ladies, the gym is filled with men who you now know on a mission to get their bodies together. And that's one of the top things that a man needs to do. You need to be in shape. You guys know, look at some of the previous videos that I made about incels. Staying in their mama basement, not doing anything with their lives. And the first thing I tell them is, get a job. And while you're waiting on getting a job, get in the gym. Get out and about. Start working on your body, your physique. Start just loving yourself. You guys go to the ladies, listen to me. Go to the gym. These men are all over the place. And I don't know about where you guys live, but here in Las Vegas, I go to multiple different gyms. These are some nice looking men. This is why I'm always telling you, ladies, I don't know what you're talking about. When you say that there is not enough men, where are the good men? There is an abundance of men. I just left out the gym just today. They always looking to try to talk to me. And I have on a wedding band. They are always looking to try to make some kind of conversation. I left the gym today and I went to do like this to set my water bottle on top of the roof of Matthew. And when I did it, Matthew being out in the sun, I bumped this part of my arm onto the roof of Matthew and it hurt. And so I was like, ah! You guys know I'm always in my own little world. I was like, ow! I'm standing outside my car doing all this because it hurt. And I was like, ouch, ouch. This man driving by on his way to go inside the gym stopped his car. I was like, you're okay? Are you okay? He was like, that looks like that hurt. That looks like that hurt. I was like, it did. I was like, I burned myself. He's like, you okay? I said, yes, I'm okay. I said, thank you for asking. And he drove off. If I was single, that was clearly an opportunity for me to stop and talk to that man. 2 days ago, when I was at the gym, I can't make this stuff up, you guys. 2 days ago, when I was coming out of this same gym, I'm just minding my business, walking to my car. I go to pull down my shade, my visor that's in the window because it's so hot out here. And as I was pulling out shade, and my husband had told me that when I first start these cars, leave the door open a little bit and let the AC kind of blow first. Like, don't let that first air, come into your face like that. And so when I was walking to Matthew, I was kind of taking my time. I got my key, I unlocked Matthew. And when I was standing outside the car, just kind of letting some of the air, come out for a little bit and let Matthew kind of cool off, this black man and his looked like teenage black son were coming out of the gym. And they must have been like following, behind me. I didn't notice them at all until I got to my car. And the man, the father, was like, nice car. And I was like, ah. He's like, you like the truck? Do you like it? The Range Rover. And I was like, I love it. You guys know that's just how I talk. I was like, I love it. And he's like, he could just tell he was like feeding off my energy. He's like, actually, I've been looking into that same truck. He said, I'm just trying to wait to pull the trigger on it. He said, because I've been hearing both sides. Some people say they don't like it and the things they don't like about it. And some people saying that they love it. And so he's like, really? And so he's like, so I now got another person who say they love it. He's like, I think I might go ahead and buy it. And I was like, you absolutely should. I was like, I love this truck. I love this truck so much. I love this truck. And so he was just asking me more about, my Range Rover, like the year and stuff like that. And so we were talking about it and everything like that. And then he was like, okay. And he was just like, all right. And I got in my car. I'm not going to spend too much time because you guys know I'm not single. And so then I got in my car. And so then him and his son got in his car and they left. Again, if I was single, there was clearly an opportunity for me to talk to that man. I told you, ladies, these men stay sending out their little choosing signals all the time. This is why I always advise you, ladies. I'm going to make a whole separate video about how to attract a man. This is why I tell you, ladies, don't come outside with your bonnets on and you're single. Everywhere you go, the grocery store, the gym, Starbucks, I don't care if you're going through the drive-thru. Anytime you step outside your house is an opportunity to meet somebody. Don't come outside with that bonnet on. Have a smile on your face. Start just being in love with yourself. When you love you, you're going to attract people who want to love you as well. When you are just already a happy person, even while you're single, you're going to attract other people who are confident and happy with themselves. It's easy. I saw this one young lady. She was really pretty. She looked like she might have been in her late 20s. She was on TikTok. And she was just like giving advice to just like other young ladies her age. And she was like, you guys, it's men all over the place. So you guys know I immediately tuned into her because I'm like, right? And she was like, you guys, she said, you guys are making it easy for ladies like me. I didn't say this. This is what this really pretty girl said. She was in her 20s, and she said, you guys are making it easy for ladies like me. She said, because you guys are walking around with bonnets on your head or these crazy, ridiculous wigs that look so unnatural. You're walking around with all of this makeup and eyelashes and ridiculous BBLs. That's what she was saying, not me. A young lady in her 20s. And she said, she was asking the young lady, she said, listen to me. She said, I don't want to be the only one out here getting these men. She said, it is too many. She said, because you ladies are making it easy for them to choose me. And she had this real, just kind of like natural look about her. I don't know if she had some extensions in, but if she did, it looked very, very natural. She had on like very little makeup. She definitely was fit. She said she goes to the gym. She said she has a nice job. And she literally said, she said, you ladies are making it easy for ladies like me. She said, I see you ladies walking around out here. She said, you got your bonnets on. You got all this ton of makeup on. You got these crazy looking wigs on your head. She said, you guys are walking around out here with frowns on your face, mean mugging, resting bee face. She said, and these men just don't even approach you. They don't even approach you. She said, I get men approaching me all day, every day. She said, you ladies are making it easy for women like me. And I could not agree with that young lady more. Ladies, it is easy to get a man. They are in abundance out here. Get yourself in shape. And I'm not saying, you guys see me, I don't have the perfect body. But I am shapely and I am fit. And I stay fit. And I stay watching that scale. Not every day, but I get on the scale like once a week maybe. Once a week. I stay watching that scale to keep me in check. I stay fit. I stay moving. I stay on the move. I get out and about. I'm not going to stay behind a keyboard complaining about men. Are you crazy? Ladies, it is really not that hard, like that young lady was saying. It's really not that hard to get a dude. Stop waiting for 6 feet tall, 6 figures, banging body. All these crazy standards is keeping you single. You're going to be waiting for a long time. And when you do find that dude who meets all these crazy, ridiculous standards, guess what? He's a whore. And all the women are going for that same dude. And then you're going to be mad that he's a cheater. Why? All of you ladies are going for the same dude. Instead of just mating up with a dude that you have chemistry with. And never mind if he is shorter than 6 feet. Never mind if he makes less than 6 figures. Never mind if he has a dad bod. As long as you guys are sexually attracted to each other, baby. As long as you guys have that chemistry and want to love and respect each other and adore each other, these men are all over the place. I remember when I first got to Las Vegas, and you guys have to let me know how much a firefighter makes. But shortly after I arrived in Las Vegas, we had to call these firefighters. They arrived to the house, you guys. It was between the firefighters and the EMT. It was like a total of 6 men, maybe 8, but let's just say 6, who came into our house. I'm in Las Vegas, so it's not a lot of black people out here. So if you one of these women where you can only date a black man, okay, don't come to Las Vegas. But maybe in your area, if you live in an area that's predominantly black, maybe these firefighters might be black. But here in Las Vegas, the Latino community is large and in charge. And these firefighters and EMTs, between both, 6 men at the very least came into our house. I don't know how much EMTs and firefighters make. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that it's not 6 figures. Ladies, listen to T-Bird when I tell you this. All 6 of these men were Latino men. All 6 of these men were drop dead gorgeous. I'm not kidding. I think at the time I had made a video about it because I was like, what in the hell? 1, 2, 3. Like they just kept, I remember I kept saying they just kept coming and they just kept coming. You ladies better open your eyes. These men are all over the place. 6 different Latino men came into our house, were firefighters, and each and every one of them were drop dead gorgeous. But guess what? None of them, if maybe one, but I'm going to say none of them, were over 6 feet tall. They were all EMT workers or firefighters, so I'm going to assume they didn't make 6 figures. And I don't know what the other requirement you guys have. Banging body. They had good bodies. They were firefighters. As a matter of fact, when I go to the gym, it seems to always be like a firefighter truck outside the gym. And I don't know if they're on break or something, but these people stay getting a good workout. They have to. You know, they going inside buildings that are on fire. They have to be in good shape. You know what I mean? Unlike a police officer, a firefighter has to be in good shape. When I looked at all 6 of those men who came in, those firefighters, only one man had on a wedding band. That doesn't necessarily mean that all the rest of them were absolutely single, but what it does mean is that probably half of them were single. While you ladies out here looking for 6 feet tall, 6 pack, 6 figures or more, all these other dudes just walking around your city available. Ladies, you don't need to call into a Kevin Samuels show. Of course, you can't anymore. The man is deceased. But whoever you ladies are calling in and paying money for relationship advice, stop. They have told you ladies time and time again. Kevin Samuels told these women over and over again what men want. Fit, flirty, fun, submissive, cooperative. They don't care nothing about you being no boss chick. They don't want it. I was just getting annoyed by how many women kept calling this man's show talking about, I make this kind of money. And I'm like, you guys know that Kevin Samuels don't care. He's saying that men want a woman who's fit, flirty, fun, submissive, cooperative. Don't give him no talk back. Do what he tell you to do. Ladies, if you know you're not that lady, stop asking these men for advice. And more importantly, ladies, if you're a lady over 35, according to Kevin Samuels, you are washed up. And you should be desperate to get whatever you can get. I don't believe that at all. I believe if you're a lady over 35, start dating down. Start dating a man who's younger than you, who can appreciate your success and your status. These men your age, ladies in your over 35, 40s and 50s, 60s, men your age don't appreciate what you have accomplished, nor do they care. They keep saying it over and over again. Ladies, there is an abundance of men out here. You don't need to keep calling into these relationship coaches trying to get some advice. Stop making these men feel like they are the prize. Stop saying to these men, I want to get married. I don't care if you really do want to get married. I know you're like, but T, what if I really do want to get married? Great. Don't say it. When a man knows that he got a good catch, aka T-Bird, I have never had a problem with a man proposing to me. Never. And I was never the person who was like, I just got to get married. I just got to get married. No. I would just go into relationships like I'm telling you guys to do. Just go into relationships with the intent, I just want to have fun. I just want to meet somebody who's loving and fun. I have my own job. I can pay my own bills. I don't need him to be my provider. I don't need him to be my protector. I just want to meet somebody who is just fun to be around. I just want to be around somebody who is just loving, caring, and compassionate. And the rest, ladies, I promise you, will just fall into place. If you truly are this person who is fit, who just loves life, just has a zest for life, who just is in love with life, and you love yourself, and you are confident, and you walk around with your head up and a smile on your face, you are going to attract the person who is right for you. Let go of all these crazy standards. You're going to just attract who you are. You're going to attract the person that is right for you. Stop going out here and going on these dates with your list. Is he this? 6 feet. Is he that? Does he want to get married? Lady, please take that off your list. Just go into it with all of these things that I just mentioned. And I promise you, if that dude is the right dude for you, baby, you guys will be like this. You'll be inseparable. You'll just look up and it'll just be like, oh my God, we've been dating for like, I don't know, a year or two. And if you really are that lady who is nice looking, fit, got her own money, doing her own thing, confident, I promise you that man is going to come to you. You know why? Because he's going to want to lock you down. I'm telling you what I know. He's going to want to lock you down because he knows what he sees is what other dudes see. And he's going to want to lock you down. You won't even have to come to him talking about, when are we getting married? Are we boyfriend and girlfriend? No, he's going to be coming to you saying, are we exclusive? Because he's going to want to know that you're not up for grabs for these other dudes. Ladies, when you truly are a catch, and I don't care what the age, Kevin Samuels can go somewhere and sit down talking about women over 35 or useless. He can go somewhere and sit down on that one. But ladies, I'm telling you, When you truly are all of these things that I tell you guys that you need to do and be, a man is going to just want to lock you down because he recognizes that he has a good catch. Okay, you guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I just want to make this video and say, young men or men out there who suggested that I need to watch some Kevin Samuels, I did. Thank you for the recommendation. I found Kevin Samuels to be extremely hilarious, although he wasn't trying to be a comedian. Some of the things that he was saying to women, I agree. Some of the things, ladies, I do agree with. As far as these men are making average money, so you need to lower that standard of 6 figures or more because you're going to be single. Most men out here got a dad body. They don't have some good fit 6-pack. So you might as well get rid of that standard. And this whole 6 feet or taller, why? Why? Where did you guys even pull that from? And especially if you're a lady shorter than 6 feet yourself. Why do you need a man who's 6 feet? And some of the things that you ladies are saying, let me say this last thing. Just sounds so ridiculous. I hear some of these ladies say, well, no, you got to be 6 feet or tall because although I'm 5'5", what about when I put on my heels? When I put on my heels, I don't want to be the same height as you. I agree with Kevin Samuels on this one. With these standards that you ladies have out here and these high expectations, I agree with him when he says, you ladies are going to be single. Yep. You ladies are going to be single. Okay, you guys, that's all I have for you guys. I will see you guys on the next one. And if you haven't already, be sure to thumbs up the video and share the video with someone if you feel like they could receive the message. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.